So please give a warm, slightly intrepid, slightly scared, maybe, welcome to Josie! Thank you. My name's Josie and I'm a Birkenstomp-aholic. It's been for 2 years since my last Birkenstomp. I think this is my 4th one. I have, I know, but this is only my 4th one before that. I have a bit of a hoarse voice today because this afternoon I went into the city centre, 40 Days of Misogyny are back in Cardiff. So we gave them a really good send-off this afternoon with lots of shouting and whooping and cheering and shouting. So a few people have said to me, well, Josie, you need to rest your voice and not talk because otherwise you might lose it. And I say, that's never going to happen. No. What I need to do is I need to talk faster so that I can get said all the things that I need to say before it runs out. So I have a few poems, and I actually have a song as well. And I've chosen these poems especially because I think that they tell a story. I've been on a bit of a journey over the last 6 months. So the first one I wrote October, November. The second one I wrote December, January. The third one I wrote in February. And the last one is kind of where I'm at now. So I thought it was quite nice to sort of share my journey with my closest friends and also random strangers. So the first two are from what I call my tea and cake collection. And I'm presenting them in the order in which I wrote them. So if you are able to, you can follow my story. So the first one is called All the Cake. Listen, cupcake. Yes, I want to have my cake and eat it, and I want a cherry on top. I want all the cake, all the cake. I want a tray bake, lemon drizzle, oozing over my plate, and a couple of chocolate brownies on the side. I spread myself wide with my cake preferences. Don't come at me with your Tesco no frills tiny little shortbread fingers. I want something that lingers. This muffin muncher takes the whole biscuit. I want all the cake. All the cake. What do you mean I have to choose between a Victoria sponge and a Jamaican ginger loaf? I want both. And a couple of chocolate brownies on the side. Fairy cakes, don't mind if I do, I'll try anything new. Oh, Mr. Kipling, how exceedingly naughty, but nice. Give me all your cake. I want all your cake. Give me your lemon meringue pie, tart and sharp. Give me layer upon layer of layer cake bliss. Give me a strawberry kiss. I want tipped red velvet and an Arctic roll. And don't forget those chocolate brownies, sweetie. Welsh cakes warm from the griddle. English muffins soft and billowy like a cutch and a cuddle. Butter breath loaded with butter. Another slice, that'd be nice. I'll have a lemon puff and ginger cream, banana bread and vanilla dream. Don't stop me now, I'm on a roll. Don't take my cake, it's in my soul. Cut me in half and you'll see my raspberry jam centre. Let me show you my heart, it's made of icing sugar. Finally, I'm full, covered in crumbs and sticky all over. And I turn to you and say, you can come again tomorrow, bring cake. Take you into mood, that's all.
We have no idea what that's an analogy for.
And if anybody has a sample of the Volva cupcakes, they're delicious. My next poem is a riff on tea consent. And I wrote this in December and I thought it was finished. And then something kind of happened to me at the end of December, and I spent a lot of January drinking tea, and ended up writing the second verse of the poem. It's kind of a long rambling thing, so I don't know if it goes into verses, but there's a second part. Okay. You'll have heard of tea consent, but I'll give you a summary. You can offer someone a cup of tea and they might say, hell yes, I'd love a cuppa, I'm fucking gasping for a cuppa. You can make someone a cup of tea, but don't be pissed off if they don't drink it, even if they did ask for it, because they might have changed their mind, or they might not like the way you made it. Maybe it's too weak, or not sweet enough for them. If you make them a cup of coffee instead, then you're just a dickhead. Or maybe you've got a short-term memory problem. I won't judge till I know you better. If someone says, I might, I'm not really sure, then it's up to you whether you make them one or not, but don't be pissed off when they don't drink it, because you knew, didn't you? If someone says they're not a tea kind of person, then respect that. It's not about you. If someone says no, they don't want a cup of tea, then don't make them one, just don't. And most importantly, don't ever force a cup of tea down someone's throat. If they're unconscious, don't force a cup of tea down their throat. Who would do that anyway? That's the tea consent, but I'm taking this further because that's what I do. Maybe they want a cup of tea, but they don't want a cup of tea from you. And that's okay. Maybe they know that they're meant to like tea, but they just don't. Maybe they want a tango instead. Nobody wants a cup of tea thrown at them in the street. Even if I'm wearing a t-shirt that says, I fucking love tea, that does not give you the right to throw one at me. Nobody wants that, it's just rude. Even if I'm actually currently drinking a cup of tea, it doesn't mean that I want you to come along and throw one at me. And as far as I know, no one has ever asked for polonium in their tea. If you made me tea yesterday, it doesn't mean that I want it today. I mean, seriously, I do sometimes say no to tea. Although actually, most of the time I do want it, especially if it's from you. You have red bush and you make it strong, and yes, I like that. Sometimes we get distracted, but I understand that because you, like me, have ADHD. You say, do you want a cup? I say, hell yes, I'm parched. 10 minutes later, I wander into your kitchen, and then you're there on your phone texting. Where's the tea? Oh, it's gone cold, and before I can stop you, it's down the sink and the kettle's back on. I would have drunk it cold, you know, I'm spitting feathers here. No, I must make it hot, you say. So I leave you in the kitchen and I go back to my knitting and I wait. Half an hour later, I'm back in your kitchen, my tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth, and you're sitting on your doorstep, not smoking. No, don't stir yourself, I'll make my own tea. And actually, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'd like to make my own tea in your kitchen and drink it with you watching. That way you'd know just how I like it. And yes, it's a bit of a metaphor. What can I say? I'm an exhibitionist, but you knew that. Here's your tea. Sorry it's late. It's okay, mate. You're worth the wait. I know you like to tease me. You don't say. The thing that I like best, though, is when you take me by the hand and you lead me to your tea cupboard, which you open with a flourish and say proudly, here are my teas. You can have any of these. Except that one, that's yucky. I don't know why I keep it. Oh, it's a hangover from an old girlfriend. I really ought to bin it, but somehow I can't bring myself to, so it's up there at the back of the cupboard, and we'll just pretend you didn't see me hide it, shall we? So, here are my teas. What would you like? I have a variety. You can have the standard missionary tea, or maybe you fancy something exotic. How about a spicy or fruity treat? We could do a combo like mint and licorice. That's special to share a bag. And I say, I think I'll have chai to start, and then maybe later I'll try passion fruit. Once is never enough for a woman like me. And so we make tea all night and talk and drink tea and drink tea and talk, and then I stay over because it's already morning, but I don't sleep because of all the caffeine. So I'm up in the early making more tea and toast and singing a song about tea. My cup overflows with thoughts of you and me. We'll be friends forever and live together and make hot sweet tea together for the rest of our lives. Except not that last bit, forget you heard that, because we've only recently met, and let's not be hasty, it's just a cup of tea after all. We'll be friends who drink tea occasionally. And by now you'll have realised that I'm talking about you. So do you want one lump of polonium or two? You're a beautiful dyke, I'm looking for someone fun to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna fuck you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this sexy tune?